Wealth does not come from the world outside of you. It does not come from the job you have, the money you lack, or the circumstances you were born into. Wealth begins in one place, your mind. For everything you see, everything you touch, and everything you desire is first created in the invisible realm of thought. The mind is a sacred workshop, and every idea you allow to take root becomes a blueprint that life follows. When you think small, life shrinks. When you think boldly, life expands. When you think abundance, abundance begins searching for you. If you think poverty, scarcity becomes your shadow. But when you dare to think wealth, truly think wealth, something in the universe shifts in your favor. You shape your future with every thought you entertain. You are not at the mercy of fate. You are the architect of your destiny. Wealth is not luck. Wealth is not chance. Wealth is alignment, alignment with faith, alignment with clarity, alignment with the powerful truth that you are meant to prosper. Speak abundance and watch doors open. Declare prosperity and feel your path rise to meet you. For the words you speak are not just sounds. They are spiritual forces that move mountains in the unseen world. Every time you say, I am wealthy, I am deserving, I am guided toward prosperity, you are calling forth the life that belongs to you. But to receive wealth, you must release fear. Fear is the enemy of creation. Doubt is the thief of manifestation. When you break the chains of old beliefs, the belief that money is hard, that success is rare, that abundance is for others, you free yourself to step into the life that was always meant for you. Your outer world is only a mirror of your inner world. Change the picture inside your mind, and the world outside must transform. When your thoughts are rich, your decisions are bold. When your vision is clear, your steps are confident. When your faith is strong, your results are unstoppable. Today, choose to think wealth. Choose to speak wealth. Choose to expect wealth. For the moment your mind believes it, your life begins to receive it, because everything, absolutely everything, begins in the mind. And that is where your wealth is born. Your mind is the blueprint of your reality, and every thought you allow to live within it becomes a seed that shapes the world around you. When you begin to understand that your inner dialogue is not simply a stream of random ideas, but a creative power that molds circumstance, you realize how deeply your life is influenced not by what happens to you, but by what grows inside you. Every experience, every opportunity, every challenge you face is filtered through the lens of your thoughts, and that lens determines the outcome. The mind is not passive. It is a generator, a magnet, a silent architect that constructs the landscape of your life long before you ever walk upon it. When your thoughts are small, your world becomes small. When your thoughts are filled with doubt, you inadvertently invite situations that reinforce that doubt. But when your thoughts rise to the level of faith, purpose, and prosperity, you shift the vibration of your entire being. Suddenly, new paths appear where none existed. People who once overlooked you begin to notice your presence. Doors that remained shut begin to open effortlessly. This is not coincidence. It is the law of inner creation. The world responds to the energy you carry within. Thoughts are seeds, and like any seed, they take root in the soil of your subconscious. If the seeds you plant are seeds of lack, you will reap conditions that echo scarcity. But if you plant thoughts of abundance, gratitude, confidence, and possibility, you harvest a life that reflects those truths. The mind does not discriminate. It simply grows whatever you consistently feed it. Many people unknowingly cultivate fields of limitation because they speak and think in limitation. They rehearse fears, they water doubts, they nurture worries until those worries become their reality. But the moment you choose different thoughts, you choose a different life. When you align your inner language with prosperity, when you say, I expect good things. I am open to abundance. Opportunities come to me with ease. You shift the very frequency of your being, and everything in your outer world responds to that shift. This is why some people seem effortlessly lucky while others struggle endlessly. It is not luck, it is alignment. Prosperity becomes natural to the one who thinks prosperously. The universe responds to the vibration you hold, not the words you speak casually. Genuine, consistent inner belief creates momentum in your favor. When you hold thoughts of wealth with sincerity and expectation, you become a magnet for opportunity. Ideas flow more freely, confidence grows. You make choices that align with success instead of fear. People sense your energy and they respond to it. You attract situations that match the richness of your thinking, because life mirrors the state of your mind. Your mind is not only capable of imagining wealth, it is capable of producing it. Every breakthrough begins as a single thought. Every financial transformation begins as a mental shift. Wealth begins long before it appears physically. It begins the moment you plant the seed of abundance in your mind and nurture it with unwavering belief. True wealth does not start with money, luck, or circumstance. It begins with belief. A mind that expects abundance becomes a magnet for it, drawing success, creative ideas, and pathways that others cannot see. Your belief system is the engine that powers your destiny, and the moment you understand this, you realize that your future is not determined by what you possess today, but by what you believe is possible for you. Many people chase external signs of success while ignoring the inner beliefs that shape every choice they make. If the belief is small, the life remains small. If the belief is expansive, brave, and rooted in faith, then life begins to unfold in ways that feel miraculous. Belief is not a vague hope or wishful thinking. It is a powerful inner agreement you make with yourself and with the universe. It is the conviction that what you seek is already aligned with you, already possible, already moving toward you. People often wait for proof before believing, but the spiritual law works in reverse. Belief comes first, proof comes second. When you choose to believe in your own capacity for wealth, opportunities arise that were invisible before. Ideas surface in moments of clarity. Solutions appear where confusion once lived. Belief sharpens your vision and opens doors that would have remained closed to a doubtful mind. A person who believes in abundance walks differently, speaks differently, and chooses differently. They make decisions from confidence rather than fear. They take inspired risks because they trust that they are guided and supported. While others hesitate, they move. While others worry, they act. And this movement, this willingness to step forward with certainty, attracts outcomes that align with their inner world. What looks like good fortune from the outside is simply the natural reward of inner conviction. When your mind expects abundance, you begin to recognize opportunities that you previously ignored. You meet people who mirror your energy and support your vision. You attract circumstances that elevate you. Even setbacks take on new meaning. Instead of discouraging you, they refine you. You understand that obstacles are not signs to quit, but signs that you are being prepared for greater breakthroughs. This is the strength of belief. It transforms every experience into momentum. Belief creates an inner atmosphere that wealth recognizes. Just as plants thrive in the right environment, success thrives in the mind that nourishes it with faith. If you believe that money is difficult, life will confirm it. If you believe that wealth flows to you, life will confirm that too. Your beliefs communicate with the universe more powerfully than any spoken word. They broadcast your expectations, and the world responds by reflecting them back to you. The greatest transformations in history began with someone who believed in something the world could not yet see. That same power lives within you. When you shift your belief from limitation to possibility, from scarcity to abundance, you ignite a force that changes everything around you. Wealth begins the moment you decide that you are worthy of it, capable of it, and aligned with it, long before it appears in your bank account or your hands. Words are spiritual forces, and when spoken with conviction, they create movement in the unseen realm. Many people underestimate the power that lives in their own voice, not realizing that every word they speak is like a command issued to their future. Words are not empty sounds, they are seeds, vibrations, and signals that shape the direction of your life. When you speak lack, you reinforce lack. When you speak fear, you strengthen fear. But when you speak abundance with confidence and expectation, you activate a spiritual law that begins aligning circumstances in your favor. Speech is creation, and every declaration you make carries the power to either open doors or close them. Your words influence your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. A single sentence, repeated often enough, becomes a belief. A belief becomes a decision becomes a path. This is why so many people unknowingly sabotage their own success, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they speak failure into their lives long before they ever take a step. They say, "I can't, it's impossible, things never work out for me," and the universe echoes those declarations back to them. Life reflects your language, whether you speak consciously or carelessly, but the moment you begin speaking abundance, everything changes. When you say, "I am worthy of wealth," your mind begins searching for reasons that make this statement true. When you declare, "Good things are coming to me," your spirit opens to possibilities. When you affirm, "I attract opportunities," your behavior aligns with that expectation. You walk with more confidence. You notice doors that you previously overlooked. You take steps that fear once prevented. Suddenly, what once seemed out of reach feels attainable, not because the world changed, but because your inner voice did. Your words are not powerless whispers. They are instructions you give to your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind accepts whatever it is repeated, whether positive or negative. When you speak abundance consistently, you reprogram the deepest layers of your being. You begin to feel wealth before it arrives, to expect prosperity before you see evidence of it, to carry yourself as someone who knows that success is inevitable. This inner alignment draws wealth toward you like a magnet. People often wonder why their affirmations don't work, unaware that speaking abundance once and speaking doubt 10 times cancels the spiritual effect. Power comes from consistency. The more you speak prosperity, the stronger the vibration becomes. The stronger the vibration, the faster it manifests. Words backed by faith can break generational patterns, dissolve fear, attract new beginnings, and transform your relationship with money and opportunity. When you speak with unwavering conviction, even the unseen begins to rearrange itself to honor your voice. Your declarations not only influence your future, they influence how others perceive and respond to you. A person who speaks power attracts respect. A person who speaks confidence attracts collaboration. A person who speaks abundance attracts circumstances that mirror that energy. You become a beacon, radiating an inner certainty that others instinctively recognize. Your words create your atmosphere, and your atmosphere creates your reality. When you master the power of your voice, you master the direction of your life. Fear, doubt, and limiting stories are mental chains that keep wealth out of reach, and most people never realize how tightly those chains have wrapped around their thinking. These inner limitations are rarely based on truth. They are old beliefs borrowed from childhood, society, past failures, or moments of disappointment that were never healed. Over time, these stories become so familiar that they feel like facts. Money is hard to come by. People like me don't succeed. I always struggle. Wealth isn't meant for me. These sentences become internal laws, not because they are real, but because they are repeated. The mind accepts whatever it hears most often, and once it accepts something, it begins shaping your life to match that belief. Fear and doubt shrink your vision. They stop you from taking risks, from pursuing opportunities, and from trusting your own intuition. They whisper worst-case scenarios into your ear until you begin acting as though they're inevitable. They convince you to stay where you are instead of reaching for more. Limiting beliefs blind you to doors that are standing wide open. They make you misinterpret possibilities as threats. They make you believe that the unknown is dangerous rather than fertile with opportunity. When fear rules the mind, abundance becomes invisible. It cannot be recognized, received, or pursued. But the moment you release those patterns, your inner world begins to transform. You release these limitations not by force, but by replacing them with stronger, truer beliefs. Affirmations, visualization, and unwavering faith are tools that retrain the subconscious mind to expect something better. When you say, "I am deserving of wealth," you are challenging the lie that said you weren't. When you say, "I release fear of success," you are breaking chains that have held you back for years. When you visualize yourself thriving, you create a new mental pattern that your life will begin to follow. Repetition is what built your old beliefs, and repetition is what builds new ones. Releasing limiting stories is a process of remembering who you truly are. Beneath every doubt is a deeper truth, that you are capable, worthy, and supported by forces greater than your fear. When you shift your inner narrative from lack to possibility, the world around you responds. Opportunities that once felt intimidating begin to feel aligned. Challenges that once felt overwhelming become stepping stones. Decisions that once required courage become natural. You begin to move as someone who expects good things, and life meets you at that expectation. Faith is the antidote to doubt. Faith dissolves fear because it focuses on what is possible rather than what could go wrong. When you cultivate faith, you give your mind permission to imagine a better future. And when the mind can imagine it, the heart can believe it, and the life can receive it. Doubt blocks the flow of abundance, but faith opens the channel wide. Every breakthrough begins with a mental shift. When you release the stories that kept you small, you reclaim your power. You rewrite your reality. You allow wealth to flow where it was once blocked. Your inner freedom becomes the foundation of your outer prosperity, and once your mind is liberated, nothing can stop the abundance that begins moving toward you. Your outer world is a mirror of your inner world, reflecting back to you the thoughts, emotions, and expectations you carry within. Nothing in life appears by accident. Every experience you encounter contains the fingerprints of your inner state. When your mind is filled with clarity, gratitude, and confidence, life organizes itself around those qualities. Opportunities arise with ease, people respond to you with warmth and respect, challenges become manageable, and solutions present themselves just when you need them. But when your inner world is clouded with doubt, fear, or confusion, the world outside begins to echo that turbulence. Doors seem to close, progress slows, obstacles multiply. This is not punishment, it is reflection. Life shows you what you are broadcasting from within. Clarity of mind creates clarity of path. When you know who you are and what you desire, you send a powerful signal to the universe. That clarity acts like a lighthouse, guiding every decision you make. Suddenly, you are no longer pulled in every direction or distracted by things that don't matter. You begin to move with intention, and the world starts aligning with your intentions. A clear mind attracts clear opportunities, while a scattered mind attracts scattered results. Your inner focus becomes the blueprint for your outer achievements. Gratitude is another force that transforms your inner world into fertile ground for abundance. When you appreciate what you already have, you elevate your vibration and invite more into your life. Gratitude keeps you anchored in possibility rather than lack. It reminds you that you are already supported, already guided, already surrounded by blessings. A grateful heart notices beauty where others see nothing. It recognizes opportunity in moments that others overlook. This shift in perception opens doors that cannot be seen through the eyes of scarcity. Gratitude turns your inner world into a magnet for prosperity because it aligns your energy with abundance rather than need. Confidence plays an equally powerful role. A confident mind takes steps that a fearful mind avoids. It reaches out, asks, tries, moves, and acts. Confidence changes the way you speak and the way others respond to you. It shapes your posture, your decisions, and your willingness to seize what life places in front of you. When you believe in your own worth, you naturally take actions that create wealth. When you doubt your worth, you hesitate, and hesitation is where opportunity is lost. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's alignment with the truth that you are capable and deserving. Expectation ties all of these inner qualities together. What you expect, you invite. If you expect struggle, you'll find it. If you expect abundance, you'll begin noticing signs of it everywhere. Expectation is the bridge between belief and manifestation. It is the quiet knowing that something good is on its way. When you expect wealth, not with desperation but with calm assurance, you create an inner atmosphere that attracts prosperity. Your actions become bolder, your decisions wiser, your energy brighter. The world responds to that energy by rising to meet your expectations. When your mind, emotions, and actions align with abundance, wealth becomes an inevitable outcome. The shift begins inside, in the thoughts you entertain, the emotions you nurture, and the expectations you carry. As your inner world expands, your outer world must expand with it. Prosperity is never the cause of a wealthy mindset. It is the result. Everything you desire begins within you, and once your mind holds the picture of abundance clearly and confidently, your life can do nothing but mirror it back to you. Wealth begins long before it reaches your hands. It begins the moment you choose new thoughts, speak new words, and believe a new story about what is possible for you. When you align your mind with abundance, life has no choice but to rise and meet that vibration. The world outside simply reflects the world within, and when your inner world is filled with clarity, gratitude, faith, and expectation, prosperity flows naturally, effortlessly, and continuously. You are not waiting for wealth, you are creating it with every thought you choose and every belief you strengthen. And the moment you decide to think abundantly, you step into a future where wealth becomes not just something you desire, but something you naturally attract, embody, and live.